I thought this steer's better.
Really?
This steer's faster, and it's more reactive, but it's almost twitchy. But that one's had the stem tightened up.
Oh.
Because he said he was getting twitch at 150.
Right.
And so he tightened up the stem, so that's why that one feels too heavy.
Well, that one, I got shaped like that in Morgantown behind that truck.
Yeah.
That actually feels pretty good out here. I mean, neither one feels. They feel pretty good out.
No, but I was afraid this would happen.
What?
Do you have your run switch on?
Oh.
Yeah, it's on. Strike the throttle when you hit the starter button.
There you go. There you go.
This makes me want to take my fairing off.
Yes?
Yeah. I love the view. I can see everything. I feel like I'm on a dirt bike.
Right.
Even though you have this tower.
Yeah.
Like, I can still feel like I can see. And this,
how you look more comfortable in that than you do on the white one.
Yeah, I mean, it feels way more racier, sportier, without the fairing. Huh?
What's the real difference? Nothing?
That's had the stem nut tightened up to make the steering slower. And that's got that big fairing so you can't see. And that's got the old crappy 4CS forks. And this has got the new forks. But
hey, what a rock or something?
I feel like the last ride we did, if I'd have left the settings where they were, I felt like I wouldn't have been able to turn it all. And it was like, it felt like it was just deflecting off everything. Which it still may do that in the gravel or something. I don't know.
That's rock.
So
be throwing them.
I felt like I felt more of the small chop on this.
Okay.
But I also felt like it didn't bottom out and it was racier. And on that, I felt like it was so soft, it soaked up. What are you pointing
Like
at?
that right there, I hit that a couple times in the center.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like the rear shock almost bottomed out.
Yeah, I mean, I did bottom it out there and there.
Okay.
But I did the same thing on this and did not.
Yeah.
But I feel like over the small stuff, I didn't feel it on that. And I feel all the small stuff on this.
Okay. So maybe it's still deflecting a little bit. Maybe it needs a little more sag. I don't know.
It just blows through.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he valved that for.
Right.
But this is just racier feeling, but I think it's fine. It's just, I mean, yeah, if you, would you say you had it on? Sport?
Soft.
Soft?
Yeah. Or comfy. Let's set the comfy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd hate to see, yeah.
May need a couple more clicks.
I wouldn't go, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want it to feel like that. But it just depends on what you're doing with it.
If I could get...
You're just gonna get a little more feedback in your hands.
If I could get my steering to feel about like this does, I'd probably be happy with where that's at.
Dude, I took a couple of those turns like I do on my 450, and I forgot about you may have a like different tire on this, and I about lost it a couple times. Most of the time it was fine.
Right.
But there's a couple times.
It's fun line, feels like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think if you had a real dirt front tire on this,
Yeah.
you could ride this out here just like a dirt bike. It's wild, man. It's crazy how different it feels than that when it's the same, almost the same bike.
Right.
I feel like if I was wanting to go as fast around this thing as I could, I'd want this. And if I was wanting to do it as comfortable as I could, I'd want that. But it seems like I might need a spring on the back of that.
Maybe, yeah. But like I feel like I can flat foot on this and I can't on that. I'm tiptoeing everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it, I bet if it's the seat. Is this seat skinnier? Like it's not as
No, it's wider. Benny, well, I don't know.
like thinner, I guess is the question I was trying to.
Maybe.
Like, is it,
Well, that's one thing that, but you said you felt like this one was lower. It might be lower. I don't know what the sag's set at.
Man, that's a good feeling bike too though. Yeah, it feels good. I like it.
Oh yeah, the seat's wider on mine.
even though it's wider on the back on this one?
It's wider on the back on that, but right here,
It's wider.
this one's wider. hop on that and you'll feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your seat goes all the way up to the.
Yeah, that's the difference. The Husky seat goes all the way up here.
Right.
That's why I wanted the KTM. That's why everybody wants the KTM.
Because the seat goes all the way.
Yeah, nobody wants the seat that goes up here, and that seat's narrower.
Hello.
Your brake's also a lot touchier than mine.